Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Millicent Moms. So how are you guys doing? Fine, right? Today we'll be discussing regarding the orientation on human body. Before that, I think you guys have gone through Vidya's video which she has taken regarding the word analysis. Hope it was very much helpful for you guys. So from that, if anything is not understandable to you guys, just comment in the comment box so that we can rectify it out. And even she have provided some samples for you guys, so just go through that, try to work out and try to search more words and try to solve it, so that it will be very easy for you people. And for medical professionals it will be just a brushing up of the knowledge. So try to go through that and give us a feedback. Okay, so in today's sessions I'll be dealing regarding the general orientation of human body. Mainly I'm focusing on the non-medical professionals, and even for medical professionals it will be a brush up. Okay, so let's go to the topic. So initially I'll be discussing regarding anatomy and physiology. We are not discussing in detail regarding anatomy and physiology. What is anatomy? Anatomy means it is the study of the human organs or the parts. Okay, it is just the structural study. Okay, what is anatomy? Anatomy is the structural study of the human organs or the human body parts. Now what comes the physiology? If anatomy is the structural study, physiology is the functional study. That means how a particular organ functions. In anatomy, for example, if we take in anatomy, if we are dealing with the heart, we'll be just dealing what is the structure, how many chambers does a heart have, all those things we'll be discussing in the anatomy. But when it comes for physiology, it's something different. We are studying the functioning of heart. So how it will be? It will be like what is the circulation of the heart. That is something called physiology. So you guys should understand the difference between anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the structural study and physiology is the functional study. Okay, so I think it's clear. Then the second point is anatomical planes. What is this anatomical planes? And also one more thing is, in today's session we are not dealing anything regarding the physiology, just the anatomical parts, how we need to identify. When I am telling some or the other terminology, how you people will be defining that. That is the main intimation for the sessions. Okay, so the second point is like anatomical planes. In that the first point is frontal or coronal. What does this frontal or coronal means? In this particular term, it defines that the body is getting divided into two parts. That means the front portion and the back portion. Okay, so if we consider this one as a circle, it will be dividing like this. Okay, so that is frontal, means front part will be considered separately and back part also will be considered as separate. That means from middle of my head the division will be going. That is called as frontal or coronal division. Okay, next comes the sagittal. What is sagittal plane? Sagittal plane means the body will be divided into two sections, that is right and left side. That means from the middle portion. In frontal, what I have told, like this the division will be going, but in sagittal the division will be going like this. Okay, so the body will get divided into the right part and the left part. And in sagittal one more thing is that mid sagittal. Mid sagittal means exactly to the midline of the body. Okay, if we take the thoracic part means the upper part of the body. Okay, sternum is the midline of the thoracic part. So if we calculate the midline division or the mid sagittal plane, the division will be happening through the sternum. That is the correct midpoint. Usually this mid sagittal plane and all, at the time of dissection and all, they will be doing like mid sagittal plane cutting. Okay, so this is the difference between sagittal means it is just difference like right and left. Body is getting divided into two, that is right part and the left part. But the mid sagittal means exactly through the midline the body will be getting divided. Okay, so I think it's clear. The next one is transverse or horizontal plane. What is transverse or horizontal plane? That means the body will be getting divided into transverse, that means up and down. The body is getting divided in the mid section and it is divided into upside and downside. So these are the main three planes which we will be handling with. Sometimes we will be telling like sagittal plane, transverse plane, patient is in transverse lie, all these things we will be mentioning. That time you should understand, okay, how the patient is lying. Okay, so these are the things. Frontal means the body is divided into front and back. Okay, and sagittal means the body is getting divided into two, right and left. In that again one more subdivision is there, mid sagittal division. In that the body is getting exactly divided through the midline of the body. Okay, and the third is like transverse. In transverse plane the body is getting divided into upside and down. Okay, up and down. This is a plane. So the third point is like directional terms. Directional terms, the word itself defines that it gives the direction of the body. Okay, so the first one is superior. Okay, we will divide like this: superior and inferior, anterior and posterior, medial, lateral, proximal, distal. Okay, so that it will be very easy for you guys to understand. And here also the same: superficial, deep, ipsilateral and contralateral. So first we'll deal with superior and inferior. What is superior? Superior means upside. Okay, superior part of our body means it comes the head portion. Okay, and inferior means towards down part of our body. Inferior part of the body means it will be our legs or our foot. Okay, so superior means it is towards up and inferior means towards down. Okay, so try to understand it in that manner. And the next one is anterior or ventral. Anterior, it is also known as ventral part, and posterior, it's also known as the dorsal part. Okay, now what is anterior? Anterior means it is the front part of the body. Okay, front part of the body means our thoracic cavity will come in that front part of the body. And posterior, posterior means it is the back side. Okay, back side of the body will be considered as the posterior or the dorsal part of our body. So anterior means front part of our body and posterior means back side of our body. Then comes medial and lateral. Medial, the term itself divides towards midline of the body. That means towards the midline. Midline of our body is like sternal portion is the midline. So towards the midline is medial portion. And lateral. Lateral means away from the midline. Okay. So proximal and distal. Proximal means it is towards the body and distal means it is away from the body. I'll give you one example. If we consider radius and ulnar bone, that is here. Okay. Which is the proximal part of my radius bone. Okay, what is proximal part? It is towards my body. Okay, so which is the proximal part? It is the elbow joint. Okay, so which is the distal part of this radius or ulna? This is the wrist joint. Understood? So this is how you should define proximal and distal. Proximal means it is towards our body and distal means it is away from the body. Keep this in mind. The proximal side of the radius or ulna, that is towards my body, is elbow joint. Okay. The distal portion is my wrist joint. Understood? So this is the main difference between proximal and distal. So this is the reason why we are explaining you these terms, superior, inferior, because when we get a scenario, superior part of this particular organ, if they give like that, you should suddenly understand, okay, what is superior? Okay, that means it is the upside. So you can easily pick up the options or you can easily identify the organ. Okay, that is the main motive why we are taking this session. Okay, so I hope this is understood, proximal and distal. Okay, keep that example in your mind so that you can easily understand that one. Then the next one is superficial or external, deep or internal. We will consider this one as one and ipsilateral, contralateral as next one. Okay, superficial or external, deep or internal. Superficial, the term itself we know, superficial means it is just through outside, just as the superficial of our body means just through the outer line. Okay, And what is deep or internal? Deep or internal means more towards the body. Okay, when we think, almost all of the terms gives similar meaning. Okay, but it is different when it comes to body parts. That is the only thing. So it will be a bit confusing when you hear it for the first time. Sit with a cool mind and try to remember these things. If possible, make a note on it so that it will be very easy for you guys. Try to remember the examples which I am trying to quote so that it will be easy. Otherwise, it is a bit difficult topic. Okay. And superficial. Superficial means it is superficial part of our body. Superficial part of our body just like skin. Okay. Deeper part means more inside of our body. The next comes ipsilateral and contralateral. What is ipsilateral? Ipsilateral means it is the same side of the body. Okay, that means if I am considering my right hand, the ipsilateral part of my body will be like right leg. Okay, understood? Ipsilateral means same side of the body. If I am taking my right hand, the next part will be my right leg. Understood? What is contralateral? If I am considering my right hand, the next part will be the left hand. Okay, that is just opposite. Ipsi means it is same side and contra means it is opposite side. Okay, that is the difference. So I hope these terms are getting familiar now for you guys. Superior, inferior. Superior means it is upside, inferior means it is below, and anterior and posterior. Anterior and posterior means anterior is the front side, posterior is the back side. Medial, lateral, proximal, distal. Proximal and distal, just don't forget that example, because when you are dealing with the musculoskeletal system and all, you will be wanted to write which part it is. They will just give like proximal part of so and so bone. That time you should identify which joint it is. So this is very important, this proximal and distal. Then superficial and deep, ipsilateral and contralateral. This ipsilateral and contralateral also is very important when we are doing the ultrasounds and all. Mainly for duplex Doppler and all, when we are doing, they may ask ipsilateral sites. Okay, in that case you should know. The ultrasound is done for the ipsilateral site. That time you should understand, okay, that is done for the same side of the body. Contralateral means there you should understand that this is done for the opposite sides. Okay, so we'll move to the next point. Okay, so the next main point is body cavities and membranes. The term cavity itself, we can understand this is space, isn't it? So in that we have like dorsal body cavity and ventral body cavity. In dorsal body cavity we have two terms, cranial and vertebral. In ventral body cavity we have thoracic and abdominopelvic. Okay, so first we'll go with dorsal body cavity. In dorsal body cavity, the first one is cranial cavity. Cranial cavity means, cranium means it is the covering of our brain. Okay, so the space where the brain is occupied, that is called the cranial cavity. Okay, so the next one is vertebral cavity. What is the vertebral cavity? Vertebra means our back. Okay, our backbone or our spine is known as the vertebra. Okay, so vertebral cavity means what is there inside the vertebral cavity? Our spinal cord. Okay, so spinal cord is occupied inside the vertebral cavity. So vertebral cavity means in that spinal cord is occupied. When it comes to the cranial cavity, our brain is occupied in that area. So this is the dorsal body cavity. Understood? Then the next term is ventral body cavity. In ventral body cavity, there are two terms, that is thoracic cavity and abdominopelvic cavity. The first one is thoracic cavity. In thoracic cavity means the upper portion, in that the lungs is occupied in our thoracic cavity and lungs is covered with a pleural membrane. Okay, so inside our thoracic cavity, lungs is occupied. Okay, and next comes the abdominopelvic cavity. Abdominopelvic, that means abdominal as well as the pelvic. Okay, so both the abdominal organs and the pelvic organs are occupied in this abdominopelvic cavity. So what all things will comes under this abdominal cavity? That means our stomach, kidneys, all those things comes under the abdominal cavity. Then what comes under this pelvic cavity? In our pelvic cavity, the genitourinary system comes. Don't worry about all these things. We'll be dealing in detail with each and every system. We are planning to take an anatomical session also, anatomy sessions. Not in detail, superficially regarding all those things we'll be dealing, so that you will get more familiar with all these terminologies. Okay. So in the abdominopelvic cavity, there will be all the abdominal and pelvic organs will be occupied in that particular cavity. Okay. And in abdominal, what are the abdominal quadrants? How our abdomen is divided? Our abdomen is divided into 4. Okay. So the first one is the right upper quadrant, left upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, and left lower quadrant. These are the 4 divisions. Okay. So what are the divisions of our abdomen? Right upper quadrant, left upper quadrant. Remember in that the main division is the right and left, and the next one is upper and lower. That's it. So the right upper quadrant and the left upper quadrant, right lower quadrant and the left lower quadrant. So these are the main quadrants in our abdomen. What all organs are situated in or occupied in that particular quadrant, we will be discussing in detail when we are dealing with the gastrointestinal system. Okay. So these are the main things in body cavities: dorsal body cavity and ventral body cavity. In dorsal body cavity, cranial and vertebral cavity. In ventral body cavity, it comes the thoracic and abdominopelvic cavity. So these are the main things which we were planned to discuss today. We have discussed that what is anatomy and what is physiology, then the planes of the body, and then what we have discussed regarding the cavities, and the third point which we have discussed was the directions. Okay, so I can understand this is a bit difficult portion even for us, again, when we think it's a bit difficult. So I can understand regarding the non-medical professional, but you people can do that. Okay, so just prepare it. Remember the example is what I have given, so that it will be very easy. And don't worry, we are planning to take some anatomical sessions because we have received a lot of requests to have an anatomical sessions also. So not in detail, we'll be having a bit of discussion with each and every systems. Okay, so hope the class were understood for each and everyone. If there is any thing which I need to improve, just do comment in the comment box so that I can improve from my side. And also if you have any queries, don't hesitate to ask us. Just ask us, me or Vidya. Either one will be replying for that. Okay, so the next session will be like we are planning to take the integumentary system. Vidya will be dealing with the integumentary system. Okay, so till that, bye.